We're going to talk about building the messages of your brand. That's first and foremost. If you don't have a message, you're going to be lost. If you're going to create a mass movement, you have to have a leader, a cause, and a new opportunity. Let's talk about the cause. Let me give you an example. So Tom Shoes, they give back a free pair of shoes after every single purchase that you make as a consumer. So Tom Shoes would be considered very socially conscious. Those are perfect buzzwords for a retail store. They get a mandate to work with brands who have a really strong social cause, and this is a perfect example. Every cause needs a leader. The more charismatic, the better. You have the different leaders. So you have the charismatic leader, think Elon Musk. He's been vetted, he's proven, and he's fully capable. You have the reluctant hero. This is the most common. Your ordinary person that just is going to dig in, and he's going to do his job, and he's going to do a really, really good job at it just through sheer hard work. You have the adventurer. Somebody who's going to say, I'm going to go and I'm going to see what's out there, and I don't know what's going to happen, and let's just do this together. You have the reporter. They're the gatherer. People that spoke to many people, have read a ton of different books, and already has a good idea of what can be a success and what's going to be a failure. Now the opportunity. Think of Stance socks in 2015. You had people that were decked out from head to almost toe. What was missing? It was the socks. People were using their dress socks for special occasions, but what they weren't doing is wearing legit socks every day of the week. Stance socks filled that void. It was an opportunity not just for Stance socks, but for all the end consumers that wanted a way to differentiate themselves. Let's talk about the one thing. You have the red ocean and the blue ocean. The red ocean is where you don't want to play. That's where all the sharks are. That's where nothing unique happens. So what you want to do is you want to move over to the blue ocean. Take your category and you're going to spiff it up and you're going to put your name on it. Let me give you an example. Candles are an existing product. It's an existing category that's existed for thousands of years. If you're a candle company, what you want to do is you want to focus on maybe an ingredient or something specific of where you make the product. And then you label it, you make it your own, and you make sure that everyone knows that you're number one in that product category. Let's talk about wood wicks. So everybody was using cotton wick. But what they wanted to do is they wanted to make one out of wood. A total differentiator. They were able to move from the red ocean to the blue ocean. That's exactly what you want to do. What you need is a product story. At Anthill, we work with hundreds of brands. We see some that have fantastic product stories and that have a horrible product. And we see just the reverse. People with no product story and they have a fantastic product. You need both. Let me give you a really cool story. There was a mother who had a C-section. She wasn't able to pick up and hold her baby. So the lady developed a product, a portable tub that could fit in any sink. This allowed her to bathe her baby and bond with the baby. So all the good stories come from Hollywood. They have the exact same formula that they tell with all their stories. You need to follow the exact same formula that Hollywood uses to create their backstories. The backstory, the internal, the external desire, the wall, the epiphany, the plan, the conflict, the achievement, and the transformation. You need to find out next who your target customer is. Be very specific on who they are. Most of your consumers want to be this specific person. So let me give you an example of one brand. Invigorate is a brand I own. We've narrowed down the target customer to be very, very specific. A 34-year-old woman driving a Subaru living in San Jose. If you can capture that ideal customer, then most other people who want to be that customer will purchase your products. Whatever you do, don't make your target customer be too broad. I'm going to give you another example. Another brand that I started is Kiva. It's an outdoor apparel company. Patagonia has owned the entire market. The problem with Patagonia is most end consumers aren't going to travel thousands of miles to go to a remote location. So in conjunction with some retailers, we identified our new target customer. We were going to go after the hipster weekend warrior who had a normal, high-tech job, who wanted just to go and explore over the weekends, that lived next to some really cool remote location. This new urban consumer was totally new for the outdoor space, but it involved a major portion of their actual living customers. So now that you have your story and your target customer, you have to make this whole thing cohesive. You need your story to come through your packaging, your website, your samples, everything that you do. So every platform on social media, they all have different types of customers. Every platform has a different approach. Let's talk about a couple examples. So if you're using Pinterest, use long photos and infographics. If you're on Instagram, post tons of lifestyle images. I highly recommend YouTube for product instructional videos and to develop the backstory of your product. For Google, make sure you have a really clear presence so people can search things like your pricing, your story, and more information about your product line. Finally, you need to sell this story to the buyer. Start with your product promotional video, a quick 2-minute video about your product. You can go and you can make this lifestyle related or product related. Touch on all major parts of your story so they have an idea of who you are and what your whole mission is. The buyer needs to know a few things. Is this business competent? Can they ship on time? Do they have a story that's sustainable and lastable? Can they get the message out? Do I have something like this already? The buyer wants to know, can I count on this brand? So now you know what it takes to create a whole mass movement around your brand. Now go take the right steps and make it happen.